Welcome to PipsRainbow. Today we're going to learn how to make a granny square. Okay, so today we're going to learn how to make a basic granny square, and this is one of the simplest projects you can make when you're learning to crochet. To make your granny square you will need a few little balls of wool. I'm using double knit wool, so I'm going to use a 4mm crochet hook, a blunt-ended tapestry needle and a pair of scissors. We're going to start by making a magic ring. So we're going to get our yarn and we're going to go over the top. So you've made a little loop, and we're going to put our 2 fingers through the loop, grab the yarn, hold the tail and pull through, and that's our magic ring. Show you that again. So you're going to go over the top, put your fingers through, grab your yarn and pull both to make your little loop. Right then, so now that we've got our magic ring, we're going to chain 3 into our magic ring, and that's going to give you the height for your treble crochet. Okay, so to do this, insert your hook into your magic ring and you're going to grab your yarn and pull it through. Okay, and then I tend to use my little finger here just to anchor it down, and then you're going to yarn over and pull through the loop on your hook to give you your first chain. Okay, so let's show you that again. So let's get this the right way around. So you've got your magic ring, you're going to insert your hook into the magic ring, grab your yarn and pull it through, and then you're going to put your little finger down there to anchor it. You're going to yarn over your hook and pull through to chain 1. So you're going to do that 2 more times. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through, and that gives you 3 chains on your magic ring, which is going to class as your first treble crochet. So now we're going to work the next treble crochet. So this is going to be a proper treble crochet. Right, so yarn over, because it's a different height to a double crochet, and you're going to insert that hook into your loop. Now watch how I'm grabbing the loop to make sure I've got the tension there to be able to grab it and be able to work the stitch properly. I'm then going to pull that yarn, so yarn over, pull it back through, and you're going to have 3 loops on your hook. So let me show you again. Yarn over, you see how I'm holding it, insert your hook into the loop, grab your yarn and pull through, which gives you 3 loops on your hook. You're then going to go yarn over and pull through 2 loops, and yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops. That gives you a treble crochet. Okay, let's show you again. So yarn over, insert into your magic ring, grab your yarn and pull through, gives you 3 loops on your hook. And see how I'm grabbing it down here? Yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over and pull through the last 2. Okay, that gives you 3 treble crochets. So you've got your 3 chain, which classes as your first, second, third, which is classed as your first set of treble crochet. So it's like a treble cluster. Right, we're now going to chain 2, which is going to give you your side of your round 1. So yarn over and pull through again, yarn over, pull through to give you chain 2. Now on this granny square we're going to always work with chain 2 in between each cluster. Sometimes when people do corners they do 3 chains, and it just gives you a bit of a crisper corner, but it's completely up to you. I think when you're learning it's best to do 2 chains every time. So we're now going to do our second treble cluster. So yarn over, insert into your magic ring, grab your yarn, pull through, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. Okay, you see how you got your chain 2 space there. So again, another treble. So yarn over, insert in, grab your yarn, pull through. See how I'm working using my hands? I'm always anchoring one way, anchoring the other. It's all practice. As soon as you keep doing it quite a few times, you'll get there. Okay, it literally comes like a habit. Yarn over and pull through. I've always said that my granny used to be able to knit, and I swear my granddad said he saw her knitting in his sleep once. But I wonder if I could crochet in my sleep. It would be interesting. I wonder if my husband would say that. Right, so yarn over again, insert into your ring, grab your yarn, pull through. That's 3 loops. Yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops. Okay, and that gives you your 1 2 3 chain 2, 1 2 3, and then we chain 2 for the next part. Okay, so now that you've got your treble, your first treble cluster, and then your chain 2 and your second treble cluster, we're going to carry on to do the other half of your round 1. So we're going to chain 2 again, so 1, yarn over and 2, and then we're going to work the next treble crochet. So yarn over again, insert in the ring, pull through, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through the last 2. Okay, we're going to do that 2 more times. 1 2, and last one, 1 2. Okay, so that's your third corner of your third part of your round 1. And once again, chain 2, 1 2, and then we're going to work the last treble crochet. So 1 2, yarn over again, insert, pull through, yarn over, 1 2, and the last one for the 4th cluster. And then guess what, we are going to chain 2 again. So chain 1, chain 2, and there we have the first round. Now all you need to do, because it's a magic ring, is pull this little tail tight, and that creates the center. Okay, and then we've got to find, we're going to slip stitch and find the top part of those 3 chains. So 1 2 3, we're going to slip stitch into there. So can you see, there's your chains there, literally going to pop it in there in the top, and then slip stitch. Remember, you just yarn over, pull through, and then instead of yarning over, we're literally just going to pull through again. So I'll just show you that one more time, because it's quite an important stitch, the slip stitch. So in the top of that chain, grab the yarn, pull it through, and then pull through again, and that completes. Just snip that off, yarn over and pull through, slip stitch again to properly fasten off, and that completes your first little square, little round of your granny square. Okay, you can see how you've got your little holes here. You see, 1 2 3 4, and then obviously the middle one in the middle. And then what you're going to do for round 2 is you're going to start working your way in these little chain 2 spaces. Okay, right then, so now it's on for round 2, and one of the main questions I usually get asked is, how do I join my new yarn? Right, so we're going to go into the corner. I'm going to show you how to do this. You see the corner there? That's your chain 2 space. We're going to insert your hook into that corner. We're going to grab your new yarn, okay, and make a little loop like that. And then all we're going to do is grab the yarn and pull through that loop. And then with both tails, that one and that one, we're going to go over and pull through. And that's your first chain 1, but it's also attaching your new yarn. Shall I show you that again? So we're going to go insert into that chain 2 space. Can you see that there? We're going to yarn over, so make a little loop and yarn over. We're going to pull through your loop, yarn over with both the tail and your yarn, which means it'll sort of really make it secure, and then again pull through your loop, and that's your first chain 1. Okay, so now we're going to carry on working our chain 3, which will class as our first TR in that round. Okay, so our first treble crochet. Okay, so remember, as before, you're going yarn over and pull through to do a chain 1. Okay, so we're now ready to work on our next treble. So we're going to go yarn over, back into that space, yarn over again and pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. So we've got 1 and 2 treble crochets. Remember, when you've got your chain 3, that classes as your first treble. And again, yarn over into your hole, grab your yarn, pull through, and then yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through another 2, and that's your first treble cluster. Now, because this is second round, we're going to chain 2 and go back into that chain 2 space, and that's going to give you your corner. Okay, so yarn over, pull through to chain 1, yarn over, pull through to chain 2. Okay, and then we're going to do another treble cluster. So yarn over, insert, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2 to make the first one. And again, let's do it a little bit quicker, and again back into that hole, and this completes, whoops, I went through 2 there. This completes your first corner of your second round. Can you see that? Whoops, can you see that there? See how it's given you a nice edge? And again, remember what I said, if you did want to put 3 chains in there, it makes it a little bit sharper, but I think, again, as you're learning, it's not a problem to do 2. As you can see, that's quite a nice edge. So we're now, because we're going to go across to the other side, we're going to chain 2. So 1, 2. Okay, so that gives you your side of your square, and we're going to go back into this next hole. So we're going to, there's your cluster, there's your chain 2 space, there's your cluster. So yarn over again into the hole, grab, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, and again, I'm going to speed up my trebles just a little bit so that we get around the round. And whoops. And there you go. Right, so I've got just completed my first treble. Okay, so now it's time to chain 2, and then you're going to work back into that chain 2 space again. So yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, now remember, you've got your corner there, so can you see how it's sort of creating that edge again? And again, and again. Okay, so that's the first half of round 2. Okay, so I've completed the other half of my round 2. So we ended up over here, and I've basically gone into this chain 2 space and done my 3 trebles, chain 2, 3 trebles, and again chain 2. And then for the last hole, I've gone 3 trebles, 2 chain, 3 trebles again. So all you're doing in the last loop here is you're going to slip stitch just like before. So all you've got to do is find, see these 3 chain again that you did at the very beginning? We're going to insert into the top of there. We're going to yarn over and pull through, and then see that little loop? You've got 2 loops. So you're going to pull the first loop through the second loop to complete your slip stitch. And then get your scissors. Whoops. Oh, doesn't want to cut today. There we go. And then yarn over and pull through again. So another slip stitch. And that fastens off and means you've completed your round 2 of your basic granny square. So round 3 is a little bit different in the sense that we're going to work in the sides as well as the corners. So you've still got your 4 corners with your chain 2 spaces that we're going to work trebles in, but you're also going to work into these spaces here, into the side corners as well. So once before, same as last time, we're going to insert into that chain 2 space. We're going to grab your new yarn and we're going to make a little loop, and then we're going to pull through. Okay, and then we're going to yarn over and pull through both of them, remembering to do the 2 so that we secure that new yarn, and drop the little tail, and as before, chain 3. So we've done 1, 2, 3. Okay, now yarn over into the 2, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and again. So we're going to work this treble 3. Okay, and again we're going to do the chain 2 to make it into the for the corner, and again back into that hole, yarn over, pull 2, yarn over, pull 2, and again twice. And okay, right, and so now we are ready for our side one. So we're going to chain 2, and we're going to yarn over, and we're just going to see how there's a side hole there. That's where we're going to go. So we're going to insert, grab your yarn, pull through, yarn over, through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and again, so back in for the second of your treble cluster, and again for the third. Okay, and that's your second cluster of the first cluster of your sort of side, as it were. Chain 2 again, and then we're going to find our corner again. So can you see that hole? We're going to insert in, and we're going to work 1 treble cluster again. So 1, 2, and 3, chain 2 as always, and then back into that hole again to make your corner. Okay, so that what you're going to do now, once you finish this, you're going to repeat exactly the same on the other side. So with this hole, remember, you're chaining 2 and then working a 1 treble cluster. Okay, so that's 3 trebles in the 1 hole. So just keep going along, and don't worry about your little yarny bits from before, because we can sew those in towards the end. Okay, so you're going to work all the way around back to the start. Right then, so I've worked my way all the way around round 3, and now I've got my last 2 chains. Okay, so I've worked each side, and then again all I'm going to do is slip stitch into that top 3, yarn over, pull through, and then pull that yarn through the loop again. Okay, and then snip off to complete round 3. There we go. Okay, so that's round 3. So the last little bit that I just wanted to show you on your basic granny square is round 4, because it's a little bit different. I've started with my corners, so I've done joined my yarn, I've chained 3, I've done the first cluster, chain 2, second cluster, and then I've done my chain 2, and then you notice you've got 2 holes here. That's because you're going to work 2 treble crochets, 1 in each. Okay, so as it gets bigger, you'll notice that obviously the side ones will increase in number, so you just have to make sure that you crochet a cluster in each of those. Okay, so I'll just show you. So it's pretty simple. So I've worked my treble cluster, I'm gonna chain 2, and literally same as before, back in that second hole, that chain 2 space, and work my treble cluster again. Okay, and there you have it. You can literally keep going as long as you like to make a big and small, whichever size you'd like, basic granny square. See how I've got my one side? I'll just show you again the last corner again in that hole there. So you're doing corners and sides. So basically if it's a corner, the rule is if it's a corner you do 2 with 2 clusters with a chain 2 in the middle. 1, 2. And if it's a side hole, then you're only doing 1 treble cluster with sort of 2 chain either side. Okay, and there you have it. There you go. That's the completed one side of round 1, 2, 3, round 4. Okay. And there you have your round 4 of your granny square. And can you see how you got your 2 side clusters there and your corners? Okay, so the last thing I wanted to show you is what to do with all these little ends. Now, it's really, really simple. You need a blunt-ended tapestry needle. The reason you want it blunt-ended is so that it doesn't catch on the yarn when you're weaving it through. And obviously needs a big eye to fit your wool through. So all you need to do, grab one of your tails, weave it through your needle, and all you're going to do is weave it through the colour that it is, so the same colour basically. The only reason we try and do this is so that when you do see the little ends you don't see them, they sort of blend in. So again, can you see how I'm going through the cluster, pulling it through? You could sort of weave your way up here. It depends how long you want to do it really. I quite to do it quite a long weave to make sure they really don't sort of fall out. And then pull through, and then use your scissors to snip that bit, and that's that little weave end gone. The final thing you need to do with your granny square is to block it, which means you need to set the yarn in place, and I will be uploading a video very shortly on how to block your crochet work. There's lots of things you can do with your granny squares. This was a blanket I made for my daughter. It's got a lot of granny squares and they've been all joined together with the same coloured border on each granny square. If you'd like to see how I join this will be in another video that I'll be uploading soon. This was a rainbow granny square that I created for my rainbow cup. Well, it sits on there all the time. And as you can see, you've got your side clusters. So that's round 1, round 2. So we've just done the round 4, round 3, round 4. And you've got your 2 side ones and then your 2 corners. And then as you can see in round 5, you've got 3 side clusters and your 2 corners. And it literally just keeps building. So again, as I said, you can make it small or as big as you like. This is a little teddy bear blanket that I made for my daughter, and it's basically a continuous granny square, so you can just keep going, and a great way to use up all those little bits of yarn you've got lying around. Thanks ever so much for watching. If you check out my website, www.PipsRainbow.com, there are loads of free patterns and free tutorials and all sorts of things on there for you to have a look at. Don't forget to press the thumbs up button if you like the video, and subscribe if you want to be kept up to date with more video clips that I'll be putting on as quick as I possibly can. Thanks ever so much. Bye.